made out of gold. She says she likes it better when we go off-road. Yeah. I'm gonna make it worth your while. I'm gonna make it worth your time. I'm gonna make it worth your while. When she's with me, we like.
All I can say is this refrigerator is disastrous. This is not your typical reorganized video. You guys are following me organizing spaces that have never been organized and maintained, and here is disaster number 1. I am a little embarrassed to share this, but this is real life, and welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Michelle and I'm a busy mom of 2 toddlers, and I'm here to provide you cleaning and organizing motivation, ideas, and tips. If you have to live in your space, why not love it? This video is going to give you ideas and motivation to organize your refrigerator and freezer, and I'll also show you what it looks like organized without the storage containers, because I've managed to go my whole life without using them up until now, and also what it looks like with them. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel if you enjoy this video, and let's go.
She's made out of gold. She's turning up the volume on the radio. Yeah.
The first and most obvious tip is to take everything out. Because this is your refrigerator, start with one section at a time. So everything that was in the main area I took out, and now I'm just sorting and going through everything that I'm throwing away. So anything that is expired or I haven't used in a long time, is almost empty or bad, I'm just sorting through everything and throwing it away.
Through my heart.
Next, I'm taking out all the trays and I'm actually washing them in the sink opposed to wiping them down because they were pretty dirty and there are ring marks around the glass. I'm just cleaning everything as much as possible.
I won't make it easy for you now. You got 2 minutes of my time.
Next, I'm going to start working on the drawers by taking everything out and cleaning those as well.
So give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind. Oh, so give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind.
Just watch me.
One thing you may have noticed is that I actually have a side-by-side refrigerator, and it's also counter depth. That just worked with the space that we had because of where the refrigerator is located, kind of in a hallway area. We had to go smaller. Most of the videos I see are with the French door refrigerators, but you can use this as motivation regardless of what kind of refrigerator you have.
Personal and having a little fun. You wait and see if it's worth your while. So give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind.
Just watch me.
Give me your all. I'll take it to Mars.
Next, I'm just cleaning out the actual refrigerator portion of it. It's not as bad as I thought, but there is still some crumbs down there that need to be picked up.
Just watch me.
Once I have everything cleaned and dried, then I can start putting those items back. This is what my refrigerator looks like without the storage containers and all of the bad items thrown away. Even if you choose not to use containers, then I still recommend creating zones and categorizing where you want stuff to go. This side door feels like it is consumed by 100 million condiments that we probably don't even use most of the time. So I'm going to empty everything out, find all of the items that we use, and throw away a lot of stuff. These side shelves also need a good cleaning. You may also notice this door is actually called a showcase door, where you can open just the door part and grab something off of one of the shelves of the door without actually having to open up the refrigerator. It's actually a cool feature on this refrigerator, and the refrigerator is called the Samsung Showcase Side-by-Side Counter Depth. Anyways, I ended up removing everything off of the door. I categorized it, and then I put it back in its appropriate place. And if you remember before, everything was all jam-packed in there, and now I have a space for each condiment.
At least give me a try, 'cause you're the best thing, the best thing. You're the best thing that happened.
Next is the freezer. This is just as bad, maybe even a little bit worse than the refrigerator side, because as you can see, I don't think I can find anything in here. If you already have some of your items categorized together, meaning whatever you want on your top shelf already on your top shelf, then I would recommend just doing one shelf at a time. When I took everything out, and I did that because there was no organizational strategy to my freezer whatsoever, and I needed to go through and recategorize. But when I took everything out and washed everything, it took a little longer than expected, and some of my stuff already started melting.
Please give me a try.
Now I'm going to start grouping and putting the like food groups together. You can either go like food groups, or I actually went breakfast areas I'm going to put on my top shelf, lunch-ish, dinner-ish areas I'm going to put on my bottom two shelves. One thing, as you may already know, that is a humongous space saver is taking things out of their boxes. The benefit of putting them in clear containers is because you can see how much of something you have. I hate having that whole box of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches when there's only one sandwich left. It just takes up so much space, and I don't even know that I only have a small amount left.
Now feeling lost with
All of the foods on the top shelf are for breakfast foods. All of this stuff in the middle shelf is for lunch type foods, and on the lower shelf is for dinner type foods. I do have some ice cream up there on the second shelf. That's up higher so that my kids don't grab it and try and open it. Next, I'm going through all of the frozen vegetables. You see some of these items have bad freezer burn. Some of them are expired and have been expired for over a year. I just need to get rid of all of that stuff.
all night. Tell me, why'd you have to go and drive me so crazy? Now I'm feeling lost Without you, and I just can't be. Without you, baby, want you all night long. Want you all night long.
Another thing I wanted to point out is that we have an additional refrigerator in our garage, and that is where we store a lot of the meats and drinks. So if I didn't have that additional garage, then probably I would dedicate one of these shelves specifically to frozen meats.
Just can't be. Without you, baby, want you all night long. Want you.
Now I just have so much more space in our freezer, and it looks 1,000 times better.
Give me all your love, all your love, all your love.
When picking storage containers, I picked 3 main products that I got on Amazon. This is specifically for fruits and vegetables. So if you typically have your grapes or strawberries and you take them out of the plastic bin and you like to put them in containers, I found this one is specific for that purpose only. It comes with 3 containers, which I thought was the perfect size because most of the time you only have, say, 3 or 4 different types of fruits in your refrigerator at a time. So it comes with 2 small and 1 large, and is a great size for anything that you're storing. And I think it just looked a lot nicer than regular Tupperware containers. This is a 6-piece refrigerator organizer set that I got from Amazon. I didn't want to spend a lot of money, so this was actually a really good price. It came with 1 tray to hold your eggs. This actually holds 14 eggs, which I didn't even realize until I was putting them in the container. And it comes with 4 14.5 by 7 containers. It's always good to measure your space to make sure that you have enough room for whatever size containers you're purchasing. Now the ones on the right are the iDesign containers. I got these at Walmart and they are a little bit pricier. They're probably around $8 each, and they're a little bit smaller. So those are around 11 by 5.5. The iDesign containers on the right actually fit in my drawers, whereas the ones on the left that I got from Amazon fit on my shelves. And the last product I got were these shelf sheets or shelf protectors. Just as in their name, they helped protect the shelf, and you can easily remove them and clean them or throw them away and replace them if you need to.
Think you'll never ever get enough of love.
Here, I'm just assessing the space and seeing where I want the containers to go before I actually fill them up.
Every time you feel the walls are closing in, and it seems like nothing makes it better, you should try to remember that's just how it is when it comes to love, comes to love. 'Cause you know sometimes it hurts, and you end up getting burned. But sometimes it can be beautiful. That's just love. That's just love. You will get back up again, even if you don't know when. And it feels like the world is coming down on you. You have to move on. Deal with your broken heart. No matter what you think, you'll never ever get enough of love.
The lowest shelf is going to contain all of my fruits. My top shelf is going to contain my drinks, milk, and eggs. The bottom shelf I actually also use to store more condiments, and these are because they are too tall to fit on the door. One thing you'll notice in the middle shelf is that I left a space open to contain my leftovers. Most people don't show that they have leftovers, but it is common for our house to have leftovers, so that's why I wanted to make a space for that area. All of my meats and cheeses I stored into separate containers in the same drawer, and then I have a separate drawer for vegetables.
Even if you don't know it.
The very bottom shelf is kind of a miscellaneous spot for kid foods.
No matter what you think, you'll never ever get enough of love. love.
And here is the finished refrigerator. It is just a very real life functional refrigerator. It's not jam-packed stocked 24/7. So I'm just showing you what it typically looks like at our household. Also, our condiments look so much more organized and categorized.
She's awake all the time. What are you trying to find? I hope this ain't a lie. 'Cause I'm vibing with all
And here are some drastic before and after pictures.
down on the ground. All I do is thinking out loud. Yeah, I'm vibing with all we have. I'm feeling what we are now. All I do is thinking out loud. 'Cause I'm running with these emotions, stumbling out of bed. One hell of a roller coaster. You're messing with my head. I'm ending up so clueless. What are you trying to find? I'm running with these emotions. Tell me, what do you have in mind?
Thank y'all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and it gave you some motivation to organize whether you decide to use or not to use the storage bins. And make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. See you in my next video.
In the night, no, I'm here by your side.